In 16th century England, a king's quest for a male heir changed everything. King Henry VIII broke from the Catholic Church, creating the Church of England. The Bible needed to be in English and not Latin. It was for everyone, not just priests. Early translations were inconsistent, fueling division. King James I saw a chance for unity, a single, majestic Bible for all. In 1604, he gathered nearly 50 scholars to revise the bishop's Bible, comparing it with Hebrew and Greek texts. Their goal, accuracy and beauty. After 7 years, the King James Version was born in 1611. Its language shaped English culture and faith for centuries. For generations, it was the Bible, read in churches, quoted by leaders, cherished by millions. More than a translation, it became a symbol of national identity and spiritual heritage. The King James Bible's words echoed through history, uniting a nation, and the spirit that fired the Protestant Reformation. It stood as the undisputed champion of English Bibles. The 19th century brought scientific discovery and skepticism. Darwin's theories and ancient manuscripts challenged old beliefs. Scholars looked to revise the King James Bible and to counter the work of the Reformation. They used unreliable and limited later Greek texts. Attempts were made to set aside the Greek New Testament, called the received text, from which the New Testament of the King James in English and other Protestant Bibles in other languages were translated. They were called new discoveries like Codex Sinaiticus, but these were all based on the false B, and Sinai, Aleph, were based on agnostic Greek manuscripts. In the later versions of the New Testament, under the family of Westcott and Hort's B and Aleph. In 1870, the Church of England launched the Revised Version, aiming for accuracy but missing the mark and undermining the work of the Reformation. In contrast, the received text of both the Hebrew and the Greek Testament is in danger of passing off the scene. The received text refers now both to the Masoretic Hebrew text and the Textus Erectus Greek text, which is also called the traditional text. The consequence of false translations is that the world is facing a current dilemma of a magnitude proportion. The revised versions translations have disrupted and disregarded a Protestant system in order to replace it with a new and different system, a literal Bible, one that feels familiar to many but carries many gross errors. The debate shifted. Should a Bible be scholarly and exact or beautiful and inspiring? This question split readers and translators alike. The battle for the true Bible was no longer just about words. It was about philosophy. That debate still shapes Bible translation today. The Revised Version opened the floodgates of many erroneous doctrines and missing scripture texts. The 20th century saw a surge of new English Bibles, each with its own approach, undermining the received text. Some aimed for word-for-word accuracy, others for clarity in modern English. Suddenly, churches were filled with competing versions. Confusion grew. If experts disagreed which Bible was right, some clung to the King James, seeing it as the only true word. Others embraced modern translations, finding them accessible for the first time. The choice of Bible became a statement of faith and identity. The abundance of versions meant to clarify often sowed doubt and division. The Bible, once a rock, now seemed to shift beneath people's feet. Yet, for many, new translations opened doors to understanding. A false premise was being advocated by the new translations. The battle of Bibles moved from universities to everyday life. Despite the debates, the Old Testament's Hebrew text, Masoretic, remains remarkably stable, for it began with the apostolic churches. Jewish scribes, especially the Masoretes, preserved it with meticulous care. The Dead Sea Scrolls confirmed its accuracy over 1,000 years. The New Testament, copied across the Roman Empire, developed minor variations. Modern scholars sift through thousands of manuscripts to reconstruct the original. Many major Christian doctrine are undermined by the new translation, and disputed passages are witnessed in these new translations. The core story, Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, remains clear in every version. However, minor and subtle changes have confused many on salvation. The Bible's message has survived empires, criticism, and endless revision. It has shaped art, law, and the moral compass of the West. Its story of creation, failure, redemption, and hope endures. The battles over versions does matter, but the Bible's voice remains powerful. Its words will continue to inspire and transform lives till Jesus returns.